Hi, welcome back to the workshop. Today we are looking at Rapio Train's brand new LBSCR E1 tank. Now Ben, this is the first because we've never actually seen the E1 tanks ready to run before.
No, we haven't, and I think that makes this model quite special. For fans of the southern region, or anything southern in general, this does look a lot like a Terrier, and that's effectively what it is. It's just a larger Terrier. That is one of the most popular preserved locomotives around. They've always overshadowed the E1. Plus, there's only one of these left. But that hasn't deterred Rapio. They've made the effort. They've made it in 00 gauge, and it really is a nice model.
The thing that strikes me when I look at it, it's not just detail-rich in as far as the decoration, but the cab detail as well is fantastic.
Yes, it's got really good cab detail, and they've really gone to town on variations as well. So, our example here, we've got just a basic Southern Railway black one, but you can get ones of different kinds of chimneys, different kinds of boilers, some which have condensing apparatus, some don't. Change to the safety valves as well. It really gives you a nice complete package of detail to look forward to.
So what were the E1s actually built for?
So the first E1s were actually built in 1874. They're quite an old design, and originally they were used on short goods traffic. But they did see use on passenger trains a bit later in life. They were unfortunately kind of replaced by turn of the century by more modern designs. When the Southern Railway was formed, some of these were actually sold off to industry. There were 4 of them that went to work on the Isle of Wight, and the rest of them settled into working on the mainland. They actually finished their lives in 1960, so they were a really long-lived design, actually on the Isle of Wight. And that's where the only member is currently preserved. So number 110 was a former industrial example, and that's been sent to the Isle of Wight, and they're going to return that to service as Yarmouth number 2, which is one of the original engines that used to work on the Isle of Wight.
We love a limited edition, and here at Key Model we're partnering with leading manufacturers to create bespoke 00 gauge locomotives for steam and diesel era modelers. In stock now, we've got Helgem Class 47s in portable livery, Hornby Cross Country HST power cars, and Bachmann Class 40s in large logo blue. Plus, you can also pre-order our new collection of limited editions for release during 2025 and 2026, including Colas Rail livered HST power cars by Hornby, a Clark Railworks WD210 in LMR 1960s era blue, and a Cavalex Models Class 56 finishes 56103 in DC Rail grey. Visit keymodelworld.com/shop to check out the full collection.
Now, as far as the performance of this locomotive goes, talk to me about the running characteristics. I mean, we had this tested on, was it 7 Mark 1 coaches?
Yeah, so it could just about manage 7 Bachmann Mark 1s. A little bit of slipping maybe on some of the tighter curves, but for a tank engine of this size, that's really quite impressive. And obviously, if you were using slightly lighter coaches, we've got EFE rail coaches behind our sample here, you'll be able to get much more sort of performance in terms of haulage out of it. So really impressive. Anything you realistically would want this to pull, it can pull. And we were quite impressed as well because some tank engines do fall afoul, especially on DCC control, of any maybe slight imperfections in the track work, dead zones on points. But this model was able to power through all of those. So it has the running qualities to back up its detail.
Absolutely. I think the good thing is because it's got a long wheelbase, you're not going to get any sort of dropouts going over point work and so forth, which is fantastic. Talk to me also about the DCC component, because this also comes fitted with a cube speaker as well, doesn't it, for sound?
Yes. So if you take the body off, take the sort of the front half, the tanks and the boiler off, you'll find on one side you've got your Next 18 DCC socket. On the other side you've got a cube speaker as well. So if you wanted to upgrade it to sound, you just pop in the sound decoder and off you go as well. Another point I think we should mention about the inside is they've actually managed to fit 2 flywheels to the motor, and that does make a difference in terms of running characteristics as well. So it's just, bolstering that already good running.
Well, look, I mean, it seems to be another wonderful locomotive from Rapio Trains. Now let's talk about the livery options that are available. We've only got the Southern Railways black version in front of us here, but they are doing other options, aren't they? Yes,
they're doing more than a few options. You've got 16 different models to pick from, and that's right from the very start when they were built, right the way through to when they finished with BR. So you've got improved engine green, goods green, marsh umber, marsh lined black, southern black, BR lined black, unlined black, malachite green, BR version of it, and you've even got a industrial example as well.
There really is quite a lot to choose from there. I'm sure that a lot of modelers who actually love the Southern will be very, very pleased with that. Now, of course, the biggest question, Ben, is when are they available to buy and how much are they selling for?
So they are actually in stock right now with any Rapio stockist. You can go there, place your order. Of course, also available direct from Rapio as well. The recommended retail price is £165.95 DCC ready and £264.95 DCC sound fitted.
Well, if you are a fan of the Southern Railway, especially the LBSCR tanks such as the E1, then this beautiful little locomotive here from Rapio Trains could very well be for you and your collection. And you can read a full review in HM219, our September edition of Hornby magazine. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you soon.